Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior. Another update, and well, we're actually going to try to do the road trip thing for the first time in, over a year and a half? We made a couple of short jaunts across the border to Kentucky to do some shopping or things like that, but no multi-state journeys for us for over a year and a half. And I'll tell you what, both my wife and I are still nervous about it. I've got friends who've been on airplanes numerous times, even throughout the pandemic. I've got friends who traveled from Florida to Ohio, probably further. I've had friends who have actually traveled from Florida to California during the pandemic. And I am truly just baffled at just, their ability, their desire, their insanity to do that, to be honest with you. It's not something I could ever think of doing up until that point. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if I could do it now. Because the biggest problem I have is trusting other people. It's trusting people to have gotten their vaccinations, trusting people to, how do you say this, to be considerate of others. That's the one thing I've learned in all this pandemic is I've always tried to be a nice person. I've always tried to be a decent person and recognize my space. And again, because I'm a big man, I've always concerned myself with that. I've always concerned myself with making sure I'm aware of what others are having to deal with when it comes to me. But I'll be honest with you, during the pandemic, I've seen just the opposite. I've seen some of the most selfish people I've ever dealt with in my life. And one place I've always noticed selfish people is truck stops. They're either very oblivious, and I'm not talking truckers at all. Truckers got their own little world in a truck stop. But when you're dealing with the regular people at a truck stop, they are totally oblivious. They're either overwhelmed by the selection of candy in the candy aisle, or don't know what to pick and don't know what to eat, or just can't get to the bathroom fast enough. But we've got at least a couple of trips at the old truck stops to make, and, well, I'm not too excited about that. I've been doing enough fast food and drive-through windows over the years. I'm not too worried about stopping and eating anywhere. It's not like we're going to stop and eat at a real restaurant, although I might. I've got to think about it. But we're going to try the road trip thing. We got to try to get back out there. We've got to try to, what's the phrase I'm using here? Get back to normal. Or what once was normal. I don't think my life's ever going back to the way it was before. I just don't see that happening, and I'm okay with that. I've resigned myself to that life has changed, my world has changed, and I got to worry about my health first and foremost. And that's the most important thing. We will maintain, we will deal with it, but it's something that I've got to deal with. It's something that I just got to recognize and I don't want to say be comfortable with, but something I got to be comfortable with. Something I've got to come to grips with is probably a better term for it. Because I've noticed the one thing about people out and about, whether it's shopping, whether it's going to stores or whatever, is there is no courtesy anymore. They just don't care about anybody else but themselves. Because their life has been inconvenienced for the last 18 months. Who cares about your life? We're all in this together. At least we all should have been in this together, and well, obviously we're not. Next week, another Road Warrior, kevinmason.us, home to all the Road Warrior videos. On Facebook, on YouTube. Man, is it hot in here? I got to get my AC fixed too before I go on the road. We'll see you next week. Another Road Warrior. Thanks so much. Bye.